I see dead people.
Either the love it, the underdogs on top. And I'm gon' shine, homie, until my heart stop.
Go ahead, envy me. I'm Raps MVP, and I ain't going nowhere, so you keep
The underdogs on top. The underdogs on top.
Go ahead, envy me.
The underdogs on top.
And I ain't going nowhere, so you keep getting on it.
Rockin' like the
Rockin' like the six on top. Whole club rockin' like the six.
rockin' like the
Rockin' like the six on top. Whole club rockin' like the six. On it. Rockin' like the six on top.
The underdogs on top.
rockin' like the
Rockin' like the six on top. This nigga did it again. Let me put you on the game.
Hello, pretzels, and welcome back to the tripod. It's been a minute since we've been here, but we back. We talking wrestling, and it's time for NXT. We kick things off with Noam Dar attacked backstage. He looking at Lash weird. Number one, Sol Ruka versus Izzy in a North American Championship qualifying match. Sol walking out on her hands with her buns on display. Sol does a flipping X Factor off the second turnbuckle. Doesn't get any of it, but Izzy sold it. They fight to the announcer's table. Sol is fully spread out. Izzy outshining Sol this entire match, shockingly, but out of nowhere, Sol snatches the Sol out of Izzy for the win and will be in Vegas for that North American Championship match, Cesar, the kickoff match. We got Sol versus Izzy. What'd you think?
This shit was good. It was good. I wonder how these matches are laid out. Was that 1 versus 12? Like, was Izzy Dane in last? I don't know the list. I forgot. So I wonder how they paired up these bitches fighting each other. But I like the way she's finding new ways to slap bitches in the Soul Snatcher. Yeah, she hit her with the the little legs on the shoulder and got the right distance and then just hit the flip there. She always got the throw the bitch into the turnbuckle shit, and then set him up for the Soul Snatcher. Ain't nothing wrong with that. She hit old Blair Davenport off the top roper. So you got a good finisher when you can figure out different ways to snatch that shit, aka RKO. You know what I'm saying? AKA little Ricochet Code Breaker. That's probably the best thing Jericho ever did in WWE. Well, no, he won them titles that night. That's probably pretty good too. That was good Jericho. And the list. Yeah, and the list. The list was actually the best thing that crack ever did. Don't let nobody tell you any
And
different.
speaking of that, you guys, he had the list back in WCW. That was the amazing thing because I remember
Dean
I'm watching
Malenko's
old,
1001 holds. That nigga was listening to shit.
the old
Kept
ladies
listening through the
watching
commercial.
old WCW Nitros, and he busted out the list. I'm like, shit, this guy fucking just recycled this shit and brought it back.
There was an arm bar and
a double arm bar.
And
He listed arm bar like
bar.
6 times. Yeah. And then he said Dean's finisher at like the at like the end. But yeah, no. It was a good old match. Izzy Dane, she looked better and better every time she get in this ring. I ain't mad at old Izzy Dane. Nice, big, broad, tall bitch. She got some scrumph to her. So, yeah, like I think they got to show her getting some offense if she gonna take the loss. If she gonna be the next Kiana James, you know what I'm saying? I do like it that by the time these people get good, because I think the women's division this division is always great in NXT, but it's still a little lacking on the main roster. You know what I'm saying? You want to give some of these broads their due. Kiana get called up, like Bianca got called up, never got that title. Shit, Becky got called up, never got that title. And then it took her, damn near 10 years later to come back down there to get that shit for her career. That's cool and all, too. But, I think when somebody's been there for as long as those ladies have and they've gotten to that point where they are good enough, I feel like NXT is always a better way, even with the guys, too, some of the guys, too. It's always a good time to, let them try to work with the championship, before they get, called up and whatnot. But I thought it was a great match, great opener. NXT really don't disappoint with an opener on main TV or PLE. So I was very sports entertained.
yeah, Sticks, looking at these this lineup of matches for qualifiers, I think they were kind of predictable on how they were gonna come out, but Izzy, like I said, outshined Sol in my opinion in this match. What'd you think of this match?
Yeah, this was a good opener. I mean, obviously with some of the call up stuff like that or draft, uh, it was time to start showing some of the new women that WWE NXT has had at the Performance Center. So this is the right way to go about doing it. I mean, not only had we talked about them needing a new mid card title, we get that. Now it's time to start implementing, bringing some of these fine women up and allowing them to get into this title picture. And what a better way than after the draft is to do a combine, to do this stuff. Bring in, it gives you a reason. Bring these ladies in, show some of the skills, stuff like that. Um, like you said, we were kind of wondering what was going to happen with Izzy because Kiana get called up, Izzy was with her. What was going to happen? Izzy, like you said, she looked a lot better than Soul. With that being said, like Cesar said, when you're finding ways like Soul Ruka is finding to evolve, being able to hit that Soul Snatcher out of nowhere is a great way to keep her relevant, but also to be like, hey, don't sleep on her. Like he said, she set that up with a previous move to go into the turnbuckle, and she went to look like she was going to go do it again. Nah. She hit that Soul Snatcher and got that 1-2-3. Good match. If there's any questions about the women's division going forward, they're answering it because these women are showing up and showing out. I mean, we had talked about being a bright spot. We're gonna find some diamonds in the rough with these qualifying matches going forward of women to keep our eyes on for future prospects because I mean this is the time that they're showing out, and this was a match that showed that you thought Sol Ruka would heavily dominate, but she really didn't. I mean, Izzy really poured on the offense, which is good to be able to see. Like you two fine gentlemen said, she was able to pour on offense while taking the L. And another match that showed that the future is bright for the women's division in NXT.
It is completely random. I looked it up. Izzy Dane was like 9th, and Sol Ruka was 1. Fallon, Thea Hale's 2, and Fallon is like 6. So it's completely random how they picked who's fighting who.
Well, shit, Izzy out there wrestling like the rent was due. She came up short, but the future is bright for the young dame. You see what I did? You think, okay. Next, all teeth Ava laying out the law to Tony and the family. Tony gets fined $20K. Rizzo hands her the dough. Outer Snizzo. The hard R's are in the locker room with Brinley. Idris rubbing a rabbit's foot. Black people don't do that.
Black people don't get no rabbit's foot.
Not Kinsey with Lola and Shayna. Natty and Carmen attack. I guess we're seeing more of that shit. Oh, yeah. OTM with Jada. By the way, I guess big ups to Scripps. Scripps is gone. Scripps remains in the graphic though.
In the graphic.
Funny. Yeah, I hope he gets a check for that. It's OTM versus the Hard R's with Brinley. Vic trying to get booked to say something nice about the Hard R's. Jada shenanigans. Brinley attacks. Crowd goes crazy every time they fight. Idris left boot is loose. Book says he got his boots in Mexico. Idris can't get past the boot. OTM then goes on to win. Sticks, any thoughts about the Family God? Or OTM versus the Hard R's?
Just the fine. Family's always got cash on them. I mean, they don't need no ATM cards. They don't need no debit cards, anything like that. They always carry cash, so that doesn't surprise me. OTM and the Hard R's, man, they're doing this to our boys. First, we had the backstage promo of rubbing the rabbit's foot, like you guys said. You ain't seeing that stuff out on the streets. I mean, I don't know from experience. I'm just assuming, and I know it's always wrong to assume, but I'm assuming that there isn't fine gentlemen on the streets rubbing rabbit feet for good luck. I'm just assuming that doesn't happen. I'm not going to see that anytime soon.
Nigga, I've never seen a rabbit in real life. That's how crazy that shit is. I've never seen.
It's because they're gone. They're getting their feet turned into the freaking rabbit's feet.
Yeah, I'm out here in the burbs and I don't even know any cracker with a pet rabbit, nigga. That's how much I ain't seen no goddamn rabbit. Okay, fuck out of here.
like I said, they're doing our boys wrong by doing this. But they still got Brindley on their side. They still got that token white girl with them. So
That
hey,
snow bunny, should have been
they
rubbing her
still got
too.
the snow bunny. So they're doing something right. They still got that snow bunny. So but this match, they're doing our boys wrong. I mean, don't get me wrong. Anytime we get to see our guys on TV, it's a good day for us. It's a good day for them. Man, you got them taking on these OTM minus script boys. Man, we gotta see Miss Parker. We get to see Brent. Get to see a snow bunny do a little action. I thought it was good that they did that, but I kind of thought it took away from the action in the ring because they kind of focus a little bit more on that. But I mean, you got to
Well,
put the
I think they
camera
have a
on.
match. I think they have a match for the North American qualifier. They're probably trying to, set up a little story for
Yeah,
that.
yeah, I understand that. I just thought you can kind of dip in and out of showing those two outside the ring. But I mean, you get the Snow Bunny and Miss Parker out there. So I mean, it's going to take a little TV away from the boys in the ring. But I digress. They're always doing stuff like this with the hard R's. Like I mean, these guys we've seen these guys go. They're excellent in the ring, but they always got to have something that's like a crutch to these guys. And like now you had like the bad luck, like the boot was unlaced. Talking about that, he was gonna go for a move, and then he noticed his boot, and it just that little hitch, that little delay, stopped him from getting the dub. I mean, I understand now they gotta rebuild OTM because it had such a big video promo coming out. They were trying to push them hard, and when they came out, it didn't really look all that great. I don't know. Maybe it's the heavy anchor of what Scripps was. I don't know. Maybe now maybe they're unshackled. Maybe they're literally out the mud now since Scripps has got. I don't know. But I mean, now they're going to start building them up, and unfortunately, at the expense of our boys, the hard R's. But I mean, we know how good our boys, the hard R's, are. I mean, these boys can go on a run, and next thing you know, they're going to get tag team championship opportunity. And in my opinion, they should be tag team champions sometime down the road. But I mean, we're in a period where they're starting to build up tag teams, so I guess they got to take that L while they're trying to build this up. I don't know. I think our boys have been there long enough. They need to start putting a little bit more respect on their names. But I mean, hey, we got them on TV. They looked good. They showed flashes of why they're good.
Sticks 316. They got their Sticks 316.
Exactly. Before they had to get on the bus, they got on TV. So
listen, Cesar, if fucking Idris next week comes out with a sweatband with a 7-leaf clover Futurama style, I'm gonna need you to get the coalition. Fucking protest full sell. Black people do not do that shit. But I digress. Cesar, what were your thoughts on the fine that the family got, 20K, and then OTM versus the hard R's?
Yeah. The Sticks covered most of that hard R shit. I may have a couple words, but Sticks covered it. I want to cover the family. So as y'all know, we have not convened in a while. But the last couple of weeks, the family is finally doing what I want the family to do. As you seen last week, they had a beef with these guys. What they do? They put Stacks as the referee against those new niggas in the new clean cut niggas in NXT. Not these niggas ain't out the mud, but they some niggas. Okay. And we're gonna put some respect on the hard R because they was the first nigga tag team. They're the first nigga tag team that wasn't forced together, but the first nigga tag team that came together in NXT. Now you got these out the mud niggas, and now you got these other new niggas. And let's be honest, out the mud got a light skin, little fake Drake nigga. I see you.
No Diddy. No Diddy.
Yeah, no Diddy. And we team Kendrick over here. Anyway, but the new niggas that wear Timbs and shit, they too niggas. They dog. You know what I'm saying? But they ain't from the farm. They ain't worked their way. They ain't worked their way up in the streets like the hard R's. Because they from the farm, okay? They put in their work. They did their time. I digress. I said I was speaking about the family. I like the way they had Stacks in that match. You know what I'm saying? Fucking with the new Cash Republic. You know what I'm saying? They paid the ref. The ref was gone. They somehow got Stacks his referee license. This is the shit they should be doing. Yeah, quarter catch clue. What are we gonna do? A quarter catch laws. What are we gonna do? We're gonna kidnap them other two niggas and throw them in a car down the street so that they can't be there. So you buy yourself. This is the shit that I want Tony D to do. You know, do the bad guy shit. If you're gonna be a good guy, he can still do the bad guy shit, but just he's being funny about it. He's giving you the sports entertainment. You know what I mean? To me, is it a little disrespect that he's going for the Heritage Cup? I don't know where the Heritage Cup how they see it. You know, on the card. And I get it. They want to build up the other guys like Femi, great. Trying to make him a star. He is a star, but trying to make him a star, give him this build up, give him important title matches that they have. Yeah. Rizzo just got the money on lock.
Do you guys think that it being a cup and not a title kind of hurts it a little bit?
See, the funny thing was it didn't hurt it on NXT UK, but that was the mid-card title because there was no other title. It was the championship and then the cup. So it made it interesting because it was different.
Well, they call it the Heritage Cup Championship.
Championship. Yeah. I get it. I get it. You put your name on the cup. I'm not saying it hurts it because it is a championship.
I like it.
I like it because I always like the Heritage Cup because it is different and there's different rules to fight for it, which can make for an interesting match. But I don't know where they see it. You know what I'm saying? If they see it below the North American Championship, I feel like if they see it, they need to see it equally. Because Noam Dar did give it credit. He gave it a lot of credit, and then I just felt like Charlie Dempsey didn't get the same kind of respect for having it.
You know what they're gonna do?
Obafemi got.
I think when NXT Europe, they might take that cup and put it over there because NXT.
You think they might take it back?
Yeah, NXT is kind of, if you notice, it's kind of getting flooded now. Women's NXT North American Heritage Cup, tag team, main. Like, we don't want to get into all trash territory. Let's put breaks on the title. It's a 2-hour show. Let's calm down.
See, it's a good thing, and see that's why it's a good thing that they still have it on TV. So that way, when Europe starts, it's still. I mean, let's be honest. Most of the people outside of us will probably forget about it because they're not gonna have Europe on regular TV. It's gonna go back on Peacock. But like us three gentlemen.
Probably Netflix. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, but us three gentlemen,
because if they're taking all of WWE, then they got to put it on Netflix unless they're trying to keep it on Peacock for people. Yeah, for people to still pay for Peacock and then pay for Netflix, obviously.
But us three gentlemen, it'll be still fresh in our minds when it heads over there.
Yeah.
And so I respect them still giving it TV time. That way it's still fresh in your mind and not just once Noam Dar lost it, it was just completely gone. And then next thing you know, you watch the first or second episode of Europe and it's like, hey, guess what? NXT Europe Heritage Cup Championship match starts up tonight. And it's like, oh, what the fuck was this at? So I respect them doing that.
But I was just comparing it. If you're comparing it to the North American Championship, it's on every PLE, and the Heritage Cup isn't. And I know they're sticking to this 5-match thing, but if it's a championship, it should be on more PLEs. That's all I'm saying. Because the way the match goes down and it's interesting, it's so great. I like Heritage Cup matches, and I like the rules about it. I think they should maybe tweak one if you're really going to get it to 6 rounds. If you want to really have the guys wrestle 6 rounds, I think you need 3 wins instead of 2. And I think that will really up it to have those full matches. But I don't, that's just me. But I still like the matches. But I do like the fact that how everybody has a part, right? Stacks is the underboss. The consigliere, the lawyer guy's always going to speak his jargon. and Russo's got the money. I mean, that's just like law now. Like, you got a cracker trying to buy a new car. What does he always say? Yeah, man, I gotta ask the wife, man. The wife handles the money. You know what I'm saying? The woman handles the money. The man goes and earns it. The woman handles the money. Just because she knows that nigga gonna spend it on ignorant shit and buy $80 million in Legos and fill his house because he ain't got no control. So she's got to be the one like, fuck no, nigga, we gotta feed these kids. Rizzo's taking care of the family. She's a roughneck bitch. You know what I'm saying? But she got the bread and had the bread real quick. Just, they always probably got 30, 40 grand on them just in case they know they're going to do some ignorant shit. And the bitch said, yeah, I know, interior decorator. Sprays this office up, bitch. Come on. And then, yeah, we got this nigga playing with a rabbit's foot. Come on, nigga. Come on, nigga. That ain't how niggas work, okay? Niggas got lucky draws, okay? They got the lucky chain. You know what I'm saying? They got their lucky go-to drink when they at the club trying to get a little shouty to go home with at the end of the night, okay? Okay, they don't know. We don't fuck with that white people shit. We don't fuck with white people luck because we ain't white. You know what I'm saying? And
the
it
only
ain't right.
superstitious stuff I've ever seen black people do is pour one out for the homies. That's the only.
You gotta pour one out, and that's just for respect. That's not even for luck.
Respect.
That's for the respect of the streets.
Seen them do.
You know what I'm saying?
Though Ivy Nile versus Lash Legend with Miss Jackson. Miss Jackson featured heavily on this week's NXT.
You know it.
It's a North American Championship qualifier. Lash dominates. Ivy does some comeback, but thanks to some Miss Jackson shenanigans, Lash wins with the pump kick. Javon Evans denies attacking Noam because he bouncy. Carly Bright approaches All Teeth about an opportunity. This is the first I'm seeing of this bitch. Apparently she's a regular on Level Up. Javon Evans versus Main Man.
That's the young OG.
Mensa.
The young OG.
Miss Jackson once again. Lash is there too. Mr. Bouncy getting thrown all over the place. Quick praise to both gentlemen for their unique gear and hair. These two tearing it up during the commercial picture-in-picture. Mensa with a flying kick to Javon off the top rope. These two must have went a couple of rounds on Level Up because the chemistry is there. Miss Jackson distracts. Lash gets a chair, but Trick Willie comes out wagging his dick. The young OG, Hard RVD, picks up the win and the match of the night for sure. I know they're not superstars, but these two tore it up. This was the match of the night. I loved it. This was incredible. Javon and Mensa, like I said, the chemistry is there. Cesar, what did you think of Ivy Nile versus Lash Legend and Javon versus Mensa?
I like how, the top ladies are coming down for this to give it more credibility for North. Like, we had Me Chin, Ivy Nile. I don't know if anybody else came down, but I digress. This was a good match. Good match. Yeah, Lash, like we said, since that Iron Survivor match, Lash been cooking. Okay. She done did her work in the gym. Maybe she been on Level Up. I'm sorry, I don't watch Level Up. Okay. I'm sorry. Maybe I should. They might be cooking on that show. These young incomers might be cooking like that bitch that's fighting Lola later. Whatever, who the fuck ever Sangria said. They might be cooking on Level Up. Maybe I need to give it a spin. But no, this was a real good match. Real good match. Everybody showed off their shit. Little 6-3-16. Cesar.
Wait, Cesar, can I stop you real quick? What are you more than within the next 7 days? What are you more than likely to watch? Level Up, Explosion, or BTE?
I ain't watching BTE. Let's get the fuck out of here. I ain't watching BTE in probably about 2 years. Okay. But my boy Nigel McGuinness be on Collision. I'm more than likely to watch that crap. I'm just saying.
That wasn't.
I'm technically watching it. I'm technically watching it right now because Beer Cheese Osprey had a match and Collision and Nigel McGuinness is up here.
See, it made great. He went with option D. Write your own answer.
Do damn right, because I ain't got time for that.
Fill in the blank.
Yeah. Good match for Lash, and yeah, Miss Park, if you're nasty out there, yeah, love that girl, yeah. And then Sangria, we've been off for a while. You forgot? Did you forget it was Oro Mensah versus the young OG, It was nigga on nigga. Come on, man. Forget. Imagine tonight was old cross-eye special. It was a nigga on nigga match with an extra nigga ringside, a nigga run out, and a nigga on nigga run out to take away the championship.
This was a match for the Cotton Cup.
This was the darkest match in NXT history. Okay, there was niggas running out everywhere. You'd have thought Harriet Tubman was out there the way niggas was running out on this bitch. You thought it was Django, motherfucker. That shit was good. And yeah, you know, Oro Mensah was good in NXT UK until he became this stooge that has to lose all the time on NXT. But he can still wrestle. He can still wrestle. Main man Mensah out here still repping the breast cancer awareness braids and doing his thug thizzle with the young OG in the ring, who the Cracker got more hops than LeBron and Michael Jordan combined in Space Jam, nigga. I mean, Jesus Christ. This Cracker just be jumping flippy. They need to get this nigga on WWE speed. Let him wrestle some of them crackers. Shit, he could cook. I want him and Ricochet in the ring immediately. Okay? Immediately. He ain't got to win. Just put him in the match. I just want to see it. Okay? Just give me 3 minutes of that cracker shit. Shit would be good. Cooking. But yeah, we had a good old nigga on nigga. You know what I'm saying? Just like it was February, was in the air, you know, and fresh cotton was abound, you know, and the sweet tea was flowing, and the Kool-Aid man was busting through the walls saying, "Oh yeah, where's the chicken?" Shit was good. This shit, only thing missing from this shit was some watermelon. God damn, boy, this shit was good. Okay, young OG hitting that flippy dippy. Oro Mensah showing him how a veteran does. Miss Parker just looking fine. You know what I'm saying? In case you want to take your pants off and not be weird.
Miss Jackson.
Sorry. Miss Jackson was looking fine. Just in case you took your pants off, you didn't want to be weird. She was out there for that. She handled that perfectly. Yeah. Then Lash gonna come out, you know, root on maybe. She's still part of Metaphor, but she getting piped right by the champion, Big Willy Wonka, with the chocolate bar. You know what I'm saying? That don't melt. You know what I'm saying? Coming out there, oof, laying pipe like a Mario brother. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's that boy, Trick Willie. You know what I'm saying? Don't think because it's Willie, it's soft. No, that Willie. That Willie rock hard, nigga. Rock hard. That's what I'm talking about.
Sticks.
Good match, too. It was a good match, too.
Ivy Nile versus Lash Legend, and we had Javon versus Main Man Mensah. What'd you think?
It was blacker than this drink I'm drinking, nigga. That's how black that match was.
Yes, Lash and Ivy, like you gentlemen said, it's always good to be able to have a former NXT alum that made the main roster come down and help future talent get their shine on, while also being able to showcase what they're able to do in the ring. When we heard Ivy Nile's name in with the combine, we knew she was gonna put up some really good numbers. I mean, we saw this chick doing pull-ups with the goddamn fucking chain on her neck. I mean, she was doing stuff that your boy here can't even do if he fucking was getting some of the Mexican roids. I mean, this chick's doing this shit just on a fucking Sunday. I can't even do on a fucking Wednesday.
By the way, they did say she won the endurance part of the combine. She outperformed every goddamn body, as we've always seen. Ivy now makes them drop when it comes to endurance. Good shit.
Oh yeah, yeah. So when you had her and Lash, who was a physical specimen in herself, we knew it was going to be a good match, and it was. Lash picking up the dub as she should. She's got like we've talked about, like you gentlemen have said, ever since the Iron Survivor match, she's been on that upward trajectory. So having her in that North American Women's Championship match is something that she deserves and should be a part of, because she herself, I mean, I'm pretty sure if you told us that she won that match, we wouldn't be surprised, because she's been on that upward trajectory. So to be able to have Ivy come down, put a little shine with her, put a little match on, show why she was why she's respectable, but also showing why Lash has been on an upward climb is good. Getting Oro and Javon, man, for all those people who didn't watch NXT UK, this was a throwback to show you why they brought main man Mensa over to the United States. This man showed you why. He's not just a good guy to have with Metaphor, the guy who can show up, be a good job with being the sidekick. This guy can go in the ring when given the opportunity with another good performer, and we got that in this match. Like you said, Mangria, this was the match of the night. I mean, this was the match of this was one of those that probably, if you said opened up an NXT PLE, it was one of those that was like, hey, follow this up, boys and girls, follow this up, because this was a great match. We had sights, sounds, we had action in the ring, had some action outside that ring too, which is when you get that, you got everything cooking. You got Aisha Curry cooking in the kitchen when you have the outside the ring and inside the ring action. I mean, this is what you need. This is what we got. This was, I don't know if I want to say it was the best part of NXT on Tuesday, but if it wasn't, it was up there. I mean, the action in this whole match was great. And it shows you that not only do they have a guy in main man who can get thrown into a match and he ain't disappoint, but it also shows you that what we have talked about, the future with the young OG. This man is going to be a major player in NXT. And I wouldn't be surprised if in the draft next year that man is going to main roster within the first 2 rounds of either a Friday or a Monday. I mean, this guy has superstar written on him. This man,
he should stay in NXT and possibly.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking like this time next year. I mean, it'll be like a year of seasoning to allow him to cook.
He's no big body Javi, so let's just calm down.
Ooh.
Yeah, well, we haven't heard his vocal skills yet. I mean, when he drops a Christmas album,
could drop a track.
Might blow you away. I mean, if this man has the vocals of Cisco, whoo, man, I tell you what,
the thong song is still great. Thong song is still great.
He got that vocals of Cisco. He's a 5'2" player, boys.
One more note about Ivy matches I want to see before I die. Ivy Nile versus Layla Hirsch. I think that would be pretty cool because they level the playing field. They're both the same height. I want to see technical versus power, micro wrestling. Let's get it done. Come on, Tony Skeet. No, all right. Up next.
So wait, you want to lose Ivy Nile to Tony Skeet? You'll never watch the match.
I think Ivy Nile, she's not making waves.
You'll never watch that match.
I don't think Ivy Nile should have been called up. I think she should have remained.
No, he'll watch it. He'll just watch it on the YouTube highlights of AEW.
Yeah. I agree with you though. I think if she'd have stayed in NXT, she could have gotten way better. Yeah. I think they just they wanted the Creed so bad.
They wanted Diamond Mine.
They were like, might as well, take Diamond Mine, yeah.
But we digress. Wesley in the ring. He pours his heart out again. Oba is out to talk shit. Ivar is out to talk shit. Briggs is out to talk shit. Oba says, fight it out for a chance at me. And I do believe Oba Femi's star is on the rise. I thought he was going to be bad at promos. He's not. He's decent at promos.
He's decent at promos.
Good. He can wrestle. This man has a presence, and I cannot wait to see the rise of Oba Femi.
And the thing about him is because he is so big and powerful that he's taking the chicken shit heel way of fighting the title. Like sometimes he does want the 3-on-1 or the triple threat, but he's like, no, not fighting all of you. I don't need to fight all of you. I'll fight it out.
Even if he did fight all of them, he'd probably still win.
That's what I'm saying. And it's so great about that. But matches you need to see before you die is West versus Young OG.
Hold on. West.
Yeah, and that's also nigga on nigga.
Wesley versus Hard RVD. Okay, moving on. Crispy King bragging in the NXT kitchen. Jasmine wants everybody to sign a get well card for JC Jane. Get well soon, Jackie. Good Bros versus Ridge and Riley from Chase U. I was about to grab my remote.
Chase U.
But Chase U's out there, so I gave it the benefit of the doubt.
Mm-hmm.
The match actually was decent, but in a weird move, Riley drop kicks Ridge, leading to the Good Brothers victory. Carly Bright versus Lola, gyrating with Shayna. Carly with some very 70s like music. Shayna tries to munch on Lola's box. Natty and Carmen fixing to interfere. Lola gyrates and Book skeets that Cholula green. Lola takes out Carly with a spinning back fist. Natty and Carmen attack. Tag match scheduled for next week. Sticks, right? Yeah, Sticks. What'd you think of Wes out there? All the people ganging up on Oba. What'd you think of Good Bros versus Ridge and Riley and Carly versus Lola?
Yeah, we got Wesley back. It's great to have Wesley back. We know this man can go. So the opportunities now that we're gonna have, I mean, the man's come back for his North American Championship. So we're gonna end up getting that at some point, either in the triple threat or just a one-on-one against Oba. And like you gentlemen said, the character that Oba is playing, he's playing it well. He's playing it great. I mean, this man is a overpowering influence while also being a chicken shit heel. Great. It is great. Yeah, and the fans. I mean, fans, when he comes out, when they get that, you got that too. So, I mean, they've got another great guy in Oba that they gave the North American champion, that give an opportunity to get a championship. He has a championship, and he's taking it and running with it. So that's great to be able to see that another building block, another foundation, NXT, another talent that got the ball and took it and is running with it. So great to have. The Bros versus Chase U, like you said, surprisingly good match. Didn't know what we were going to get with Ridge. You get that kind of that, like Chase U was kind of like, oh, do we trust him? Is he going to turn on us? Is the fuse going to be lit and he's going to blow up? I mean, we had the botch between him and Riley. He didn't blow up on Riley. He just kind of was like, it kind of happens when you get two guys that haven't wrestled together. I mean, the good boys, the good brothers, the brothers, oh brothers, they've wrestled together for quite a while. So these guys, same page, same book, same chapter, same sentence. These boys are always on it. So they're able to take advantage of that miscue, pick up a dub. Having them down in NXT, I'm not mad at it. I think it's good for them. Gets some little TV time, keeps their name in the tag team championship picture. It's good for the boys. It's good for the brothers. It's all too sweet for me. I love it. And then Lola, we getting that Cholula green alert going on. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. We getting that on a Tuesday night. It's good television. It spices up my TV. So we get that. We have Gravel Mouth out there. She's tutoring her. I don't know. I mean, she ain't got nothing else to do, so she might attach herself to a little hip gyration. We still got Natty and Carmen. We still got that. Still got those two hanging around. You know, the Natty and Lola had that underground match, so there's still an unfinished business with that. So we get a tag team match on that. I'm not gonna be disappointed. Get a little advice on TV. It's a good Tuesday night in my household. I don't mind it. Lola is improving. She's dusting off on being a really good heel, along and dusting off those Shakira hip moves. So I ain't got nothing wrong with that. All in all, NXT still thriving, shining, is throwing a little shine while also showing some main roster people. Good television, boys.
I think Shayna wants to join Lola's Discoloration.
Nice.
But I digress. Caesar Wesley comes out there pouring his heart out, and we got all these guys ganging up on Oba.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Old Wesley out here talking. Yeah, he left. He got injured. He was defending. He was the greatest. He was the greatest. I have a question for you, gentlemen. Should Wes really be doing this, or should he be focusing on main title picture with Trick?
Yes, he should move on from that North American title. He made.
I'll just say this. I'll just say this. If this getting him back from injury or whatever he was, this is a good springboard to getting him. I mean, he can look good and not win and just be like, hey, okay, I focused on the North American Championship. I've won it. I've held it. I made it great. I wanted to show back up, show that I can still be great in a title match. Now I'm coming after you, Trick.
But if he wouldn't have got injured, I feel like he could have entered himself into that main event, and maybe they could have not relied so much on Mello. Like Mello would have had that first match with Trick, and Trick won at like Philly, and then he could have left. He wouldn't have came back for that cage match like that. You know, if like Wes was still there, because honestly, the promo between Wes and Trick, I think is going to be good because they both have beaten Mello in a high stakes match, and that's what they're going to feed off of each other. But I digress. With Dragunov, we never got West versus Dragunov. Which could have been good.
I don't want Oba to be sacrificed in order for West to get his title.
West to get the title back. Yes.
I don't want that to happen.
I'm just saying he could have a good match against Oba, either one-on-one or like in a triple threat, and he can be like, yeah, I didn't win it, but I've had it. So my resume as North American champion speaks for itself. I showed up. I came up a little bit short, but I'm moving on to greener pastures.
Right. But I mean, West versus Oba is like Black Panther versus M'Baku. I mean, that's literally what it is.
It's Black Panther versus Black Green Lantern.
Yeah.
What I could see happening is either Oba going full heel and cheating to beat West. Or maybe somebody from West's past, a heel, interferes, costs West the match. West can move on from the North American title. Oba fights his battles with Ivar, whoever the fuck, and eventually
I think it's got to be
builds back up to the main title somehow.
I mean, yeah, if they do the cheat move for Oba to win, I think that's the only way. Like it'll go back. But anyway, what was after that?
After that was the Good Brothers versus Ridge and Riley.
Yeah, they had that promo earlier, like, Good Brothers was gonna fight whoever Cracker had, and then old Chase U shows up, and Mr. Chase puts Riley with him for a teachable moment. Yeah, they have this match. The match is pretty good, a tag team match. And then the little you gotta have a little hiccup. Just like Rich said, man, look, I fucked up. You know what I'm saying? I came out there with the chair. I came in too hot. And then old Crispy got the win last week. Crispy went on a roll. He's been getting some wins. Crispy on a roll.
Against Chase U.
Yeah, and then so the Good Brothers came out there, Cracker has the shit against Ridge, and then the Good Brothers get the dub as they should, because they're trying to, fight for those tag team titles, so they should be on a roll right now. To equal that out, shit was good. It was fine by me. It's fine match by me. Everybody makes amends, and then we're all good. Teachable moment.
But what we do want to hear is Caesar's take on what he's been dying to talk about. Lola Vice gyrating out there all over Carly Bright's court.
Oh, me and Book was DMing because Book. I don't know if y'all know. Book got a little bit in trouble. Okay. Queen Charmel started watching. Somebody DM'd her. Some hating bitch on the internet told Charmel she needs to start watching on Tuesdays. So Book doing the Lord's work. The Lord's work, talking about fine ass Lola Vice. You know what I'm saying? Throwing them cheeks, emoting in the ring, grinding. And you know, Book out there throwing shucky ducky quack quacks. You know what I'm saying? Talking about that Cholula Green. Now he's sleeping on the couch. And you know he got a bad back, man. He old. He old with a bad back, man. He gotta let the braids off the arm of the couch. He can't sleep on the braids, man. He gotta put them over the arm of the couch with the pillow. You know what I'm saying? We out here looking at Lola. Lola just, you know, she out here with the cheeks out. She like to shake it. She get a match win. She throwing cheeks, you know what I'm saying? She throwing it in a circle. And we all love it when a girl throw the ass in the circle. I'm just saying. I don't care about old Shayna Blazer. Whatever. You know, MJ, you know what I'm saying? JH, he out here jerking it to the old gravel mouth. You know, on the night shift because he bored. We don't care about that. We don't care about that. We ain't worried about that. We worry about Lola Vice throwing that butt meat in the ring. Yeah, getting them wins. Yo, young girl decided to shoot a shot. She got shit fucked up. That just happens. And then Natalia and the kung fu bitch come out there and they start wrecking shop. And now they got a tag match next week. You know what I'm saying? Set up a little story, a little tag match. Okay. Natalia, Shayna, everybody next week. So good to go.
But the main point is we got to see that butt meat shake.
Got to see that butt meat every week. Lola Vice throwing that shit. Yeah.
And now on to the main event. It was for the Heritage Cup Championship. It was defending champion Dempsey versus Tony D with the family. Tony D out wrestles Dempsey and gets a pinfall in round 1. I was shocked. Dempsey focuses the attack on Tony's arm. Dempsey gets a pinfall with a German suplex with a bridge in round 3. I like Book referencing Rampage Jackson as Tony powerbombs Dempsey to get out of an arm submission. Damon Kemp and Miles attack the family. Tony D with a fisherman suplex for the win and new Heritage Cup champion. The family has a golden cup now to add to their trophy case. But that wasn't the end of the night because Vic was like, whoa, Book, what? What's going on? And the camera rushes backstage to see Wesley, Briggs, and Ivar have been taken out backstage by the returning Gallus. And apparently Ivar is legit injured now, so he's gone. But Gallus has returned, Cesar. We have Tony D as your new Heritage Cup champion, and Gallus has returned. What are your thoughts?
Where the fuck this Tony D been? Huh?
Tony D?
Is it just me? This nigga was wrestling, okay? This nigga's mat work game was good.
Where was this Tony D when he fought fucking Dragunov?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck, man?
And then they're talking about, yeah, Tony D, national, he fought for the national championship in wrestling in college like a couple of times. Excuse me?
What?
I thought the nigga liked to hit people with crowbars. Oh, I'm sorry. He's actually a wrestler with wrestling technique. Excuse me? How long he been in NXT, Sangria? If you had to take a guess, how long this nigga been in NXT?
3 years.
And this nigga just now proving he can actually wrestle. He's not a brawler. He's actually a wrestler who can brawl. What the fuck is going on? No. There's a Tony D I can get behind. I was like, damn, this nigga really wrestling. He got counters, he got Germans, he got suplexes. Hold the fucking phone, bro. Why y'all splashing this on us now? Where the fuck was it?
He out wrestled Regal's son.
Regal's son. We know Regal is like damn near Perk Angle peak wrestling. Peak. So we know Charlie Dempsey is damn near peak. He's been trained by Peak, so eventually he will be Peak. And you had this cracker Tony D and some velour pants and a fucking wife beater and some sneaks out wrestle this cracker. Bro, I was goddamn flabbergasted. Okay. Flabbergasted. Okay. I can't even spell that shit. This nigga was out here hitting counters, hitting wrestling moves, getting up out of it, throwing the power game, like you said. This match was great. This wrestling Tony D and this match was great. Was great. You're right. The nigga on nigga match was definitely the match of the night. But if that wasn't on this show, this would have been the match of the night. These boys was wrestling. These boys are doing takedowns, counters, submissions, power. Like they had it great set up, to get out of like Tony. He had the armbar and then he just waited it out. Went to the corner. Dempsey had no corner, so even when he got pinned in round one, he was all fucked up, and then still couldn't find a way in round two, and it tied, and then came back in round three and got the 1 point for him. I mean, Jesus Christ, this match was good. The timing of the guys finding their way back to the arena, fighting with the family, and then it ending in round five. Yeah, super great. Super great. This match was great. See, that's what I'm saying. This is why this kind of match needs to go to like six. I think you need three. That's why I say you need 3 wins to get there. You know what I'm saying? Because you could have 2 ties. You could have 2 ties and 2 wins each, and that's 4 or 5 rounds. That's four rounds really. And then like you get to that 6 defining round, and then somebody's got to pin somebody or submit somebody. Make it worth something. You can do it early. I don't care. You could do it late. I don't care either. More drama, but Tony D got that second win in round 5. So then boom, it was over. So yeah, this match was great. Super good, deserving to be the main event. Wasn't the match of the night, deserving to be the main event. I was really, really wrestling entertained by everything that happened in this match.
Did you miss Gallus?
I don't care about no fucking. It makes it interesting. Yeah, it makes it interesting because they beat up everybody. It made it interesting because they beat up everybody. But like who's trying to go for this title? Joe Coffey again? I don't like Joe Coffey. I don't like Joe Coffey. I like Gallus as a tag team, and that makes it really interesting because I kind of want to see Good Brothers versus Gallus now. I really want to see that match. Or even Gallus versus Nathan and Axiom.
The Fast and Fraserists, you mean?
Yeah. Fast and the Fraserists. Sorry. I'm sorry. I want to see that just because of the different styles. But the Good Brothers and Gallus, I would love to see that. I don't care about Joe Coffey. Joe Coffey bores me in the ring. Joe Coffey is like CM trash.
Drop.
Yeah, Joe Coffey is like CM trash for me. He's great and he's better outside of the ring than he is inside of the ring. I don't like any Joe Coffey matches.
There's
I
one.
don't know.
There's one.
Which one?
When he fought Gunther Walter. When Joe Coffey fought Gunther Walter, that was his only good match.
Was it in NXT UK or was it in NXT?
Yeah, it was NXT UK.
Okay, well, yeah. Y'all know I'm a big fan of NXT UK. Nothing bored me about NXT UK. So yeah, I'm just probably blocking it out of my mind from all the NXT bias. But Joe Coffey in NXT UK was probably like 8 times better.
Gallus and NXT UK was a formidable faction there.
Was it always 3? Was there a 4?
It was always 3. It was always 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and Joe Coffey never teamed with his brother. It was always Joe Coffey by himself, and then the other 2 were the tag team. It's just that the other 2 were the tag team early. I think they weren't inaugural championships, but when they had the tag team championships, they were on top for the longest because Joe was always interfering and helping them win, and then he would like talk the most shit the next episode because they kept having the time. It's like, got us on top. You can't beat us. And niggas was like, Joe, you cheated. And he's like, I ain't do nothing. Fuck y'all. We the best. DJ Khaled. And then so it was great.
Another one.
Yeah. All right, fine. You'll fight us next week. And then Joe would cheat again. And he's like, another one. We the best. We on top. Danny Garcia.
Well, Sticks, we had the main event for the Heritage Cup Championship. We had old Dempsey defending against Tony D, and then the invasion of Gallus. What'd you think?
Yeah. We get this Tony D. This opens up so many opportunities for him against other people. I mean, we get Tony D that legit is a legit wrestler. Ooh, man. Like you guys were saying, the counters, the legit wrestling moves that he was doing. I mean, this now is like he can do any match. He can go up against it. He can go against a brawler. He can go up against a wrestler like he did against young Wonka here in this match. I mean, this was great. And to have the cup with the family, it opens up so many different things now. Now they can show up to the restaurant and they get the fine 10-course meal with the cup off onto the side. I mean, this is great. This gives the family something, attaches something with the family that opens so many different opportunities. Like they get, like Rizzo could put money from the cup when she's got to pay a fine. I mean, this was great. And to have Tony D. I mean, we've always talked about the one thing holding Tony D back was, can he hold up? Like, it always seems to be like an injury hangover with him. It's like, we talked about that with Dragon. I was like, this could be a good match, but is he going to be able to make it through it without getting injured? Well, he did. He didn't look too bad, but then we got this match, and it's like, damn, Tony D can wrestle. Like, he can wrestle. So this opens up another set of matches that he can do. I mean, this was great. Like, you guys, and I wholeheartedly agree with you guys, this was main event worthy. Was it match of the night? No, but it was main event worthy. Yeah, I mean, it was this, you're splitting hairs, just like our boy was patting that rabbit's foot. I mean, he's spitting hairs on that thing. But and then we got the return of Gallus. I mean, Gallus's resume, if you don't know it, go back, watch him UK. I mean, we know about the Gallus boys, GBOT, Gallus boys on top. I mean, there's a reason why these guys are a formidable faction. So, like the gentleman here I talked about, North American Championship, Joe Coffey's gonna probably throw his hat in the ring. He's gonna be like, "Hey, I'm the guy. We got my other boys who are the tag team specialists. I'm the guy. I'm a singles guy. He hasn't had a singles championship in NXT. Got to do a refresher. Got to throw his name in there. Don't know if Europe is on its way of being built, but got to do a little reminder of who he is and who the Gallus boys are. So having them show back up unexpectedly and wrecking shop, not a bad thing. I mean, these boys overseas were the top faction in NXT UK. So they got to do a little bit of, let me remind you who we are. And I wasn't mad at it. You got a little bit of a surprise and a little bit of a refresher. So we'll see where this goes in episodes coming up.
Let's just not move them to the main roster because I don't want to see them fight Sheamus 48 times. Let's move on now to, it's Wednesday night, and you know what that means. The ratings are dying. It's Dynatrash, and boy, was it ever. I should have watched Collision. This was
you actually should have. It was better.
This is a horrible night. I'm doing the highlights because I do not want to spend any time on this fucking episode. Sticks, if you would do the honors, give us your highlights from any of APPW this past week.
Just talking about how Eddie Kingston isn't going to be in the Anarchy in the Arena match. He defended his strong championship. I believe it was on a Friday night, and literally sustained an injury. The elite, well, 3 out of the 4 members of the elite showed up. So now they were looking for a new member for Team AEW, and we found out later in the night the man who is a magnet for accidents and just can't even literally walk across the street without sustaining an injury. Darby Allin showed back up. I mean, a bus couldn't kill this fucking this guy showed back up in a furry pink jacket and a skateboard. That screams team AEW. So
He's right.
my highlight is we had confusion on who the new member was, and then we got clarity towards the end. So welcome to Wednesday nights.
Cesar, any highlights at all in this past week of ATW?
I don't have a highlight. I have a question for you guys.
Yeah, stop talking about AEW.
I'm talking about AEW. I'm talking about AEW. Don't worry. Don't worry. Let me cook. Let me cook. What? Okay. Okay. You know how I root for the Negras to get on top. I'm trying to figure out what are they doing with Swerve, right? Because people like Swerve, right? But Swerve's an asshole, correct?
He broke into a dude's house with the baby
and tried to kidnap his baby. So am I supposed to believe that Swerve's been fucking over partners? You know, fat ass Keith Lee, shout out my nigga. Having the mobile embassy beat people up, lost to Stang and Darby Allin because he hates Darby Allin. He hated people, hates Hangman, hates Joe. Won the title clean off of Joe. And now he's like a face, respecting people who can fight him face to face. But are they really doing the I guess like a kind of like a face your sins kind of thing, like a Scrooge kind of thing? Because I'm going off the promo Christian Cage cooked up tonight. Well, sorry, Christian Cage, according to Nigel McGuinness. Because Swerve and AR Fox beat the shit out of Nick Wayne at his house, remember? And then AR Fox wore the bloody tank top for like 3 or 4 matches. And then tonight, Nick Wayne, well, Wednesday, not tonight. Nick Wayne attacked Swerve after he had a match with.
Yeah, I was gonna mention the most obvious match of the year. Brian, the Jobber, Cage.
Yeah. And then they bust a picture of Swerve and his family over Swerve, which is like, if you like Swerve, you realize he's got it coming because he did that shit to Nick Wayne. So Nick Wayne is doing it back to Swerve, but he's doing it with the help of Christian Cage, his mother, and what's it? Kill Switch, or whatever, that dragon nigga. Like, is this what we're trying to do? Is Swerve a face? Is Swerve a face? And now he's just only going to fight heels who are going to do to him what he did to them? And is that how you're trying to get Swerve over? Like, the nigga just did this shit. He did this shit to Hangman like 4 months ago.
Okay, to borrow a word from Styx, because he used it a few times.
Yeah.
If this is the trajectory of Swerve, does that mean the next feud he has, his next opponent is gonna break into Swerve's house and harass his kid? Is that what's gonna happen to Swerve next? Can we map out what's gonna happen to Swerve from
Here's the only thing I can think of.
Hold on. The Nick Wayne thing was a year ago, so we got to go back that and then come forward. I don't know. No, that means that means Keith Lee's got to stomp on his head with the cinder block next.
Oh shit!
See, the only thing I could think of is that you had a tweener heel champion and Joe. So instead of going from like a tweener heel champion to like a tweener heel, they're gonna do this with Swerve. But I don't like taking the Mogul embassy away from him. Like, I think that you should have.
Oh yeah, that happened last week too. I don't know if you watched.
I think you should have that backup for him because with the patriarchy, it allows Swerve to be like, oh, okay, you got your people with Killswitch, Luchasaurus, and Nick Wade. Well, I got my boys. I got my boys. We can do this like trios matches. I mean, it can help build it, but I don't like being able to do that. I don't like them they're basically forcing Swerve to become a face where I think Swerve is better as that guy who toes the line or blurs the line of like you don't know where he's at. Like this man, like we just talked about, he broke into Hangman's house. This dude fucking was in a match with Hangman and like they were drinking each other's blood. Like that's the champ I want. I want this man to be like, hey, I will do whatever it takes to keep this championship. I'll break into your house. I'll threaten your fucking kid. Hell, I'll stand over your woman while she's sleeping and let you know I made it into your house. And not only did you know, but your wife doesn't know. Like to be able to do that to Christian Cage, like basically if they were to show that he broke into the house while Christian Cage is on his king size bed and thousand thread count sheets, like to be able to show, like, hey, I can get you anytime. Like that's the Swerve I want. I don't need this guy to be like, we'll put this championship on the line every night that I'm here and all that stuff. No, I need that guy to be able to toe and blur that line.
Well, Cesar, to answer your question, the man booking this shit doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. Because
correct.
if you I have been watching. When you watch the week, there's nothing at the end of each episode that's like, I can't wait to see what happens next week.
Right.
Kind of like, well, everything just changed then. He just changed. What the fuck
like
am I supposed to root for? Like, well, who
it was an instant change. Like he beat Joe, and then like I said weeks ago when we last recorded, he had that match with Cesaro, which fucking cooked. I'm not gonna lie, but then goes to shake his hand after the match, and like Swerve was the one doing it. It wasn't Cesaro doing it because we know BBC don't give a fuck. Well, BCC, sorry. BBC does give a fuck to white bitches on black.com. And I digress. BCC don't give a fuck because they here to fight and they always here to fight. And there was an open challenge. What challenges? What heel has open challenges? This is what I'm like you could have him progress over fighting all these bad guys to be a good guy, which probably would be a better story. But have him change just because he won the title makes absolutely no sense.
Well, can I ask you this? Are you guys both a fan of this feud? Because it kind of came out of nowhere. Okay, now you're facing Christian.
Yeah.
Like it? Or are you like, what the fuck's going on?
No. I do. See, the problem is I like it because it's Christian. Right? And I do like Swerve. I like Swerve. Swerve's a great wrestler. Does Swerve deserve it? Yes. Is Christian a great like first feud to have a championship match on with what pay-per-view is it?
Double or Nothing.
Double or Nothing.
Okay. Yeah, your first pay-per-view ever. So, like, your big pay-per-view, because this is the first one you started on. So, if this is Swerve's first real, again, because he's been fighting eliminator challenges, this is your first real title defense. You have a veteran who is like 20 years in the game, who's won championship titles in every fucking company he's worked for, who will give you a great title match. And then even Christian said it tonight. Yeah. You lost that coffin match we had because you were fucking in the coffin and buried, not me, because I'm better than you. Obviously, Christian's got the side pieces to help him. He's got the veteran moves in the game, and they both know what they can do in the ring to have a good match. Yes, I feel like this will be a very good match.
Well, Sticks,
and a very good feud.
if they left it up to you, who would you have had Swerve have his first feud with? Do you agree with Christian, or would you have chosen somebody else for his first
No,
feud?
I would have. I've probably ran it. I probably would have ran it back with Joe. I don't know why Joe's not like in the title picture anymore.
He's got gout. Okay, Sticks, who would
Okay,
you?
well, but he showed up Wednesday. But he showed up Wednesday. But my thing is, if they're gonna run back these sins of Swerve, then yes, I see where you're going because Nick Wayne is with Christian now, and not Nick Wayne being by himself with punk ass Darby. He's now in a group that has like title success, has somebody leading it. Yeah, his mom can get a check because of screen time, and the way they did it today was still great because they took the picture of Swerve's family because they took the pic because when Swerve did it, he took the picture of Nick Wayne's family. I'm not saying the feud isn't great. The way that it calls back, sure, it's going to be really great. Christian doesn't need a title. If you want to build Swerve up to a face, I feel like this is the right way to do, but it's like he's kind of instantly face. He still should be heel Swerve. I'm like you, they shouldn't have taken the mobile embassy away yet. To have that kind of we both can be heels call in. I don't think he should have shook hands with Cesaro. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he should be having those Cesaro matches yet. He should be beating down dudes. He should be having eliminator matches, whatever. But yeah, this Christian match, Christian should be dogging him the whole time. That way, when he beats Christian, you're like, okay, Swerve and clean, he's on his way to being a face. So this could pull him away from Mogul Embassy. And then it gives kind of Prince Nana the decision of do you go with Brian Cage in them or do you stay with Swerve and then maybe rebuild Mogul Embassy with like face people or something? That's the way I would have done it. I wouldn't have done it like so far that, yeah, everybody likes Swerve and you can yell Swerve House all you want, but he still should have been grimy. He still should have been, ruthless. And then, because like Nick Wayne was on Collision, and I like what Nick Wayne did. He hit his finisher on a guy, and then like didn't pin him, and then hit the house call and pin that cracker. Because now he's got to fight Swerve on Wednesday. So like Swerve is in the ring tuning up, and then Christian's gonna take advantage of that because Swerve's tired. Like they're doing their part right. Swerve's not doing his part right. Swerve is like, fucking, I'm a face now, but I'm a win.
Well, Sticks, let me get your opinion. Like I asked earlier, do you agree with this feud? Are you feeling it, or you think he should have feuded with somebody else first?
See, maybe this is a traditionalist in me that the guy, the former champion, has an automatic rematch clause. So maybe you should have did that. But I'm also not mad that he's with Christian Cage because he did his part on making the TNT Championship relevant. Like until we had Cope opens, until Adam Copeland, the rated R superstar, won it. Like Christian Cage made that championship relevant on Wednesdays and Saturday nights. Am I mad at this? No. The only thing I'm mad about is that you're now changing the whole script with Swerve. Like, I want tweener heel Swerve. Like, so that way you can kind of one up each other each week. And like I said, taking Mogul Embassy away from him, and to be able to have that in his back pocket to counter the patriarchy was something that would empower Swerve. Like, okay, you got Killswitch and Nick Wayne. I got Brian Cage, and I forget what the tag team is, but I've got this tag team with me. I've got these forces behind me. I wouldn't have been mad. I wouldn't have been mad if they would have ran it back with Samoa Joe, because I think Samoa Joe, as a man who is a hungry guy who wants to regain his AEW championship, I think that would have made him more dangerous. And if you would have try to slowly transition Swerve to a face, like this is the thing with like WWE. they slowly would have done this stuff. Like, you wouldn't have just done it all at once. Like, you wouldn't have had him, you wouldn't have Swerve won the championship, and then also the next week, Mogul Embassy, like, they turn on him. Like he doesn't have that backup. This is a slow build to this stuff. You would have started planting seeds of dissension between him and Brian Cage, and then him in the tag team. You would have slow built this stuff so that way then you would have had this happen at a pay-per-view instead of just a Wednesday night or a Saturday night. You would have had it happen, and then you would have had it so that when you had him go face, it would have been a triumphant face turn at a pay-per-view. Like, these guys would have turned on him and despite all the odds against Swerve, Swerve was able to still pull it out. And that would put him as the face. Instead of just blowing your load.
You would have had the feud with him and Hangman. And Hangman kind of being the heel and be like, no, bitch, I don't care how you think you are now. Like, and that's the shit you have in the fucking Wembley shit. Like he said, you build up the Samoa Joe, then you do Nick Wayne, because he fucked Nick Wayne, then you do Keith Lee, then you do Mobile Embassy, then you do Hangman. And Hangman comes back as the heel, and then that's when you're like, at the end of that match, they have another crazy ass match, and Swerve really is like the handshake. He's like, look, I'm sorry, man. Look, I realized I was doing a bunch of fucked up shit, and I fought all the way from that to here to try to be a true champion.
Well, you look at it, it's like, oh, yeah, I messed up. I have a family of my own.
Oh, yes.
And so now looking back, it's the slow simmer, the slow boil to get you to All In Wembley. Like, that's where the culmination of this goes. Like, that's the thing that WWE does. They start this slow boil. You start at a simmer, and then you boil it, and then you get it to like one of their major pay-per-views, which for AEW would be All In at Wembley, like Cesar just said. You do that stuff instead of just blowing your whole load for just a Wednesday night episode. Like, you do this stuff, you step it, you climb the ladder, you build it to that.
So the only thing I want to add is that Double or Nothing is, like Cesar said, like their first show is their big show. Instead of having Swerve take on Christian, I would save that for a later pay-per-view and have the Samoa Joe rematch main event, Double or Nothing, cementing Swerve as the badass champion, defeating Samoa Joe again, possibly by submission or something. But what I want to talk about, of course, my favorite part of any AEW programming,
Tony Storm,
the timeless one, Tony Storm, of course.
Oh yeah,
timeless Tony Storm. I mean, she did take on Harley Cameron on Dynatrash. That was, you know, Serena Deeb came out there with the flag. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, fucking flag. I didn't know that bitch had a stroke. Yo, shout out to Serena Deeb having a stroke.
Timeless wins with the Storm Zero. Piss off. And then I didn't watch Collision. However, I watched the clips of the Betty Page shout out that
you gotta watch Saturday nights. You gotta watch Saturday nights.
Taking them clothes off, taking the clothes off and wearing the flag, but ass naked. I'd like to think so. That's the shit that I wanted to talk about. Timeless, once again, being the highlight of All Elite anything is Tony Storm.
Can I get a bow down for Tony Storm for cooking every time she gets camera to this lady by herself is saving the shit brand.
So you're telling me you don't want to talk about Deonna Purrazzo and Renegade Robin?
Don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I know what you're talking about with this nigga. Yeah, this nigga. But Tony Storm cooking. She's on all levels cooking. You can't take the title off of her. I'm sorry. Hey, look. I know Serena Deeb is great. She came up with the flag. She survived multiple strokes. She can still cook in the ring at her age. Can't take the title off Tony. Tony's too good. She's too good at the promos and the ring work and the ignorance and the sports entertainment.
Well, okay, let me pose this question to you, gentlemen. Let me pose it. Who's the person that takes it off her?
Do you okay? I'm gonna answer what I want, and I'm gonna tell you what's going to happen.
Okay.
What I want, Jamie Hayter. What's going to happen? Fucking Mercedes Moné is gonna hold both titles because Tony Skeets
No, I don't
gonna
know.
open that
He's not even
asshole
that dumb.
and stick
He's
his
not
nose
that crazy.
right up
that
Mercedes.
crazy.
No,
asshole.
no, personally, I think he's seen how big of a swing and a miss that Mercedes Moné is.
It's not
Does
gonna
And
happen.
I think,
Does
yeah,
he?
oh yeah.
He
This
keeps
she
giving her
is-
a mic sticks. He keeps
Yeah. A mic.
yeah, but it's
wait,
against
wait,
Willow.
Time out. A mic,
It's
but
against
not
Willow
match.
Nightingale. It's against Willow. So I
Yeah.
think he sees it, and then he's like, okay, we can throw her a championship, but it's going to be the TBS championship, not the AEW women's.
But I don't know. People on Twitter are high on Willow. I don't see it.
when she's up against Mercedes, Willow shines. Willow is better at promos. Willow is a better wrestler. Willow is better all around. Better than Sasha Botch. Sasha Botch is so overrated. Not worth a dime.
I don't care about that. We're talking about Tony Storm. I don't know if I see Jamie Hayter winning the title off of her.
I said that's who I want. I don't
Right.
Here's the thing. No, boys. Here's the thing. Here's how I think you can make it very, very interesting with 3 women that are the best 3 women in your women's division. Jamie Hayter and the Doctor show back up. Jamie Hayter wins, but then the Doctor turns on her after she wins it. Let's get a triple threat.
No, something better. You got to have somebody beat Tony Storm for the title. And then just because off of wins, Mariah May has to beat that person for the title. Because that Asian bitch who always kisses Mariah May and then she's like back to 100% health. That's the new women's title faction. Those 2 bitches.
Well, here's the thing. I think if you're smart, you slow build to Mariah turning on Tony Storm that costs her the championship.
I think, but I think that's after Tony loses the title. Like, I think Mariah is there because the title's there and she's gonna learn off Tony. But like once Tony loses, and because Mariah's in the running and she's like in top 5, and then I think you got to do the Mariah fights for the title and actually wins with Tony at the side, and then Mariah doesn't listen to Tony anymore.
Well, at one point she was the number 1 contender, and then they had a match where I think she ended up losing it or something like that. It was like a number 1 contender match.
Yeah.
Sadly, we've put more thought into this than Tony Skeets has. but
Nicholas and that other are still great because they got rid of Stang and his bitch ass, and they are always great. And they got rid of CM Trash, and they're still great.
Sure.
Nicholas.
Well, can we also say one? Can I also say one thing? If they do this right, Jay White and Pac, if we get that a double or nothing, I think it could be a good match if they do it right.
Of course, but he's still in the trios match, so
yeah. Well, that's where he can take a loss.
He has 2 belts. He has 2 belts.
Well,
so they are ruining Jay White.
2 belts, and a golden bat. Let's
move on to Thursday. Because
Jesus Christ, they're ruining Jay White.
A lot has happened TNA since the last time we talked. They had a pay-per-view. They had a couple of episodes of Impact as well. So, Cesar, you get the ball first this time. What has been your highlights of the past couple weeks? We haven't talked about it. What has been your highlight of TNA? Including this past week.
So I can remember some shit from Cole. I didn't even watch that pay-per-view.
I didn't either.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. I heard it was good. It's still on my YouTube. I gotta watch it, but
That's why I
sometimes,
went to
man,
you first.
look, sometimes
Because I know we'll be quick, but sticks can wax.
yeah, no, but look, I had friends in town, and then from technical difficulties when we weren't gonna record, I was like, all right, fine, I don't have to watch it. Only shit I know is I'm glad Crazy Steve doesn't have the Digital Media Championship anymore. But at the recording of this podcast, the cracker who beat Crazy Steve doesn't have the Digital Media Championship anymore. I don't know if you guys know that, but
Laredo.
over the weekend,
Yeah, Laredo Kid has it.
yeah, no. He doesn't have it anymore.
Oh, he doesn't?
Fat ass AJ Francis has beaten Laredo Kid for the Digital Media Championship. Oh, you bitches didn't know, huh? See, I stay on the internet. I may not watch, but I stay on the internet.
So Laredo was transitional.
I have gotten 3 notifications. This from 2 from Reddit, 1 from some notification app that during TNA tapings this weekend, especially on today's the 20th, right? Oh, 5/19 TNA tapings, AJ Francis is your new digital media.
Well, if you think of digital media, that wasn't Crazy Steve. That wasn't Laredo Kid. Digital media is AJ Francis. So I think he'll do more with it than the other two would have.
Yeah, but like Laredo Kid had it for 28 days.
I think Joe Hendry needs that title back.
I think Joe Hendry needs to step up a little bit. Maybe he needs the X Division Championship.
We'll see what
Well,
happens.
the man just had a chart-topping single.
All right.
I mean, he's doing work.
Let's get my highlight out of the way real quick, because my highlight.
That wasn't even my highlight. You just asked me what was going on.
Oh, I thought that was your highlight. Okay,
no, because I watched Thursday. Obviously.
Okay,
Thursday was a good ass show. But anyway, if you have a highlight, go ahead and talk about it.
No, I was just going to talk about the main event.
Oh, did you like it?
Well, let me read my notes.
Okay.
Sure. So the main event was a Champions Challenge 8-person tag. There were 3 refs. We had Broken Matt. We had Nemeth Bro. We had Sammy Callahan. We had Joe Hendry. We had EY. We had SDL. We had Danny Luna and Jody Threat versus Ali, Laredo Kid, Jordan Grace, Masha, and the System. This was the most AEW match I've ever seen.
Yep.
TNA.
With some fuck shit certified.
Cluster fucking Mon is an understatement here. Watching Danny Luna and Jordan Grace wrestle was like watching 2 Cabbage Patch Kids in a bounce house. Still unusual and funny to see the guys attack the women. Mm-hmm. Ali walks out on his team. Joe Hendry puts Myers away with a standing ovation. Why is PCO out? Where is my remote? He gives SDL a dead rose. Waste of time. Okay, Cesar, what'd you think?
Of this match? Yeah, it was some trash. It was a waste of fucking time. It was some. This is what Santino was cooking up. Actually, I'd rather talk about the King of TNA versus Steve Macklin match.
Fuck, Cesar! God damn it!
Yeah, bitch. Yeah, I knew that was your match of the week because that shit was good. Because that shit was good. I'd rather talk about that. Sticks, go ahead and wax poetic, and then maybe we'll just talk about that match.
No. Sticks is gonna talk about all the shit we didn't watch, Cesar.
Oh shit! No. I was hyping up for this.
Well, Cesar, just go ahead and talk about it. Just go ahead and
because I did watch the ABC versus Speedball Mountain match I watched TNA last week. I didn't watch the pay-per-view. So the only thing I didn't watch was the pay-per-view. I watched the matches from every week, or the shows from every week. I just didn't watch pay-per-view.
I wanted Sticks to close out the TNA talk. That's why I wanted.
Okay, we'll find Sticks and talk about it. Sticks and talk about it. But the fucking Macklin fucking match, then yeah. All right, that bullshit match at the end, that shit was some trash. I don't know why Gail Kim is trying to help this man in a fucking I don't know where the fuck they were. They were at a retreat getting massages and a happy ending. I don't know what the fuck was going on with that bullshit. What else happened Thursday? I don't care about Zaya Brookside and fucking Ash Elegance. That shit can eat dick.
We found out your boy, Jake something, is Diener's cousin.
Yeah. So they had a family
That
cookout.
was known. I knew that. They were all in a fucking faction.
Yeah, they're fucking family, and then now Jake something's heel because he's been losing the last couple of weeks on some bullshit.
I thought for sure your talking point this week was going to be Jonathan Gresham redefining what black skeet in your soul is.
yeah, niggas just puking up shit. This ain't nothing but Karrion Kross on SmackDown, and then also Sangria on Sunday Night Ski. Oh no! I don't know what to talk about. I forgot about that. Oh, Swerve's bitch ass got the one shot. Not the one shot on AEW. Swerve had a fucking promo, and they follow him all the way to right before the Skeet Suites. You hear his music playing. Then they cut to the announcers in the front, and he walks out. Swerve, AEW stealing the one shot and just making it more horrible than the actual one shot walking through the ground. Did you not want to show Tony Skeets at a fucking table in the background?
That man doesn't want to take away the spotlight from his talent.
Yeah. Swerve cut a 5-minute promo, walked. The camera followed him all the way backstage, so they started playing his music, and then cut to that double entrance bullshit. And that's when he walked out for his match with Bryan. Just stealing the one shot, taking the one shot. That's what I forgot about that. That's what I really want to talk about. But yeah, other than that, yeah, TNA, yeah. This 4'8" midget is having niggas cough black blood. The referee was coughing up black skeet in his soul. What was is Alistair Cracker out here? Huh? Spinning,
No,
kicking.
This is some fucking Wuhan street shit, boys.
There's definitely Wuhan. There's definitely Sunday Night Skeet with CBG beating niggas, and then Sangria skeeting out black skeet in his soul, and then getting what's some crackers called? The Constitution, getting the Constitution as his tag team match niggas, and they skeeting out black skeet in they soul, wearing masks and shit like some whack ass some watered down Bray Wyatt. Them crackers wearing black sheep masks. They come into the ring not speaking, you know what I'm saying? Because they got black skeet down their throat and they can't talk. Bullshit. You know, I'm done with this.
Sunday Night Skeet bringing the Sangria pledging his allegiance.
Yeah, Kushida last week. Kushida
black skeet allegiance.
Yeah, Kushida last week just trying to do his thug thizzle. The next thing you know, he got black skeet in his soul. And then Santino rolled up. Hey man, you good? He's like, oh no, yeah, I'm good. I was sick last week. I'm good. I had some of that octopus, and I threw up all that black skeet, and I ate some, Japanese pussy, and then I called it sushi. Damn, I eat that shit with chopsticks. Blah 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 blah. And then he was like, I'm good, because he's like, I went back in time. Time speeder. Black out. And then he was like, black skeet ain't in my soul no more. And then they was like, oh shit. Santino was like, oh shit, I didn't know about that. And yeah, the coalition was working. Because see, there was 8 niggas in the coalition. Was like, this nigga just went back in time. It was like, if we could go back in time and kill Brock Lesnar, there'd be way more black champions in WWE. And I was like, true that, but I'm too drunk. I didn't see how he did it. And they was like, but Kushida, your boy. And I was like, look, I had the nigga captions on, okay? I couldn't do the math. Scott Steiner wasn't picking up. I didn't have the 18 Asians and the 3 niggas. I'm sorry, I was slacking. I was like, I didn't even know if we was going to record Monday. And the coalition was like, You right. Y'all ain't been on YouTube in a while. So we don't we didn't know. And I was like, that's you know what I'm saying? I'm not I was out here though. I got it on tape, but there's still no good angle. But anyway, I digress. Sticks, talk about the great match with the Kang and enemy towards front.
Just catch us up on all the stuff we haven't been watching.
I've been watching Sangria.
My highlight. Well, first off, Scott Steiner's not going to pick up because he's got two things he's got to worry about. He's got to worry about his freaks and he's got to worry about his peaks. So I mean, we got that. My highlight was going to be.
I should have called him on an off day. You're right. I should have called him on an off gym day.
Exactly. My highlight was going to be between McLean and the Rascals, the back and forth, because that. I mean, we had it a week ago where Mr. McLean took out his frustrations on them Rascals, and then last week or this week we had in our match that probably was the match of the night for TNA between the King of TNA and Mr. Tag 'em, Bag 'em, Mayhem for All. Yep. We had a little Rascals interference. That was going to be my highlight. But like you guys had just said, we have so much going on besides the main event. Yes, the main event is I mean, it's TNA. TNA is going to TNA. We're going to get some stuff like that, especially under new direction. But we got some stuff back cooking in the background. We got Jonathan Gresham now legit wrestling in a match and passing out Wuhan street passes to anybody and everybody that's fucking with his business. But my highlight was going to be Mr. McLean and the Rascals. Like, I think this is going to be good. Like, they were supposed to take care of some business. The Rascals, Mr. McLean was like, I got my own business I got to handle. The Rascals like, oh, okay, whatever. You ain't going to help us. We ain't going to help you. So now we got that going on. But, I mean, we got a lot of stuff cooking in the background. I'm not gonna talk about Gail Kim and the fucking Tyrannosaurus Rex. That is Gail Kim. I'm not gonna talk about that because we don't need to fucking worry about that shit. Keep her at that. Keep it at that retreat. I don't need it on my TV set anymore. We got knockouts that can cook. You can run back SDL and Jordan Grace. I mean, SDL's getting swept off her feet by the French-Canadian Frankenstein himself. I mean, it took him 20 minutes to go through his goddamn bag of tricks to finally get what he needed to get to. But I digress. I think the thing that we need to look at right now is the Rascals and Mr. McLean. That's all I got.
What was the beer cheese from the pay-per-view, in your opinion?
Shit.
What was it? Resurrection?
No, Under Siege.
Under Siege.
Resurrection.
I would probably say Ace Austin and Mustafa Ali. That's the other thing we got to worry. That's the other thing, because now we got this back and forth between the ABC. I mean, our boys that are curing.
Well, one of them hasn't re-signed. I think that's why they're teasing it.
Our boys who are uniting the nation, and they want to go about trying breaking our boys up. I mean, we had Chris Bay basically saying, "Hey, our tag team championship rematch was put that out of aside. Ace, you were the legit man that won the ballot bullshit. You should go against Mustafa." It was a great match. There was just some fuck shit from the Secret Service that cost our boy Ace Austin a championship match. I think that was the beer cheese match of the night, quite honestly. That, and I think I'm trying to remember, I think probably second would have been, probably Josh, was that, trying to remember, I think Josh Alexander had, no, that's when they had.
Josh Alexander had a tag match.
Yeah. I was
sorry. My drunk ass did
Hammerstone was hurt. That's when they had to adjust the cards and everything. No, it was Ace Austin and Mustafa Ali was probably the match of the night.
Yeah. My drunk ass did watch this. Reading the card right now, I forgot I did watch this. But no, Ace Austin versus Mustafa Ali is definitely the beer cheese match of the night.
Okay. Well, we covered NXT, ATW,
Fucking piece of.
TNA. Now I want to get your gentlemen's thoughts, if you have. If not, we'll just end the show. On Decent Mania 5, Night 1, did you gentlemen watch?
Yeah, but that shit was like 3 weeks ago. You got to go down the card again.
What do you remember about? I can go down the card. I got it right here.
Yeah, if you go down the card, I
All
can
I've
tell
been
you.
thinking about the past
Yeah,
fucking
you
2.5 months.
That's fucking 3
Okay,
weeks.
so night 1
Drinking all night.
was
Okay.
Cynic versus X-Ray in an ambulance match. We had Lord Jake versus Mr. Fuji with the special referee and the sheriff. We had the APPW Tag Team Champions, the Copelanders versus Dad Bod Inc. We had the casket match, Lord Jake versus Johnny Harmsway. And
Yeah.
the main event was the unification of the Plan B Championship and the Dynamite Curtains Championship, Godzilla Gwyn, Sorceress, and Linda's Bush.
Oh yeah.
Cesar.
That ambulance match was longer than I thought. It's tough to throw a nigga in a door and then close both doors. I definitely remember that shit taking forever and a day. Still good match. There was some good matches night 1. Like I don't think a match really disappointed. There was sticks in them. There was a Johnny Harmsway did the Thug Thizzle. Finally got the dub. Finally got the dub and he got the chip. Good thing to Johnny Harmsway. Dad Bod Inc. Renewed as the Mega Pounders. Mega Pounders came back together. Old JH convinced old that cracker to fight for
Thanks, Chris.
to fight for the tag team titles again. Them boys is back in rare form doing the Lord's work, fighting tag team title matches as they should. And then the main event, old Linda's Bush, old Witch. Yeah, they combining titles. I mean, look, you gotta do what you gotta do. I think I don't know. The ambulance match was really cooking, and I was on a high then. The sheriff as the referee was really good. But I think I'm gonna give it to old Harmsway with his racist cop ass winning the fucking winning the title, throwing that old slate milk drinking ignorant bitch in the coffin, and finally getting his comeuppance in Harmsway, finally winning the big one.
Did you like all the Taco Bell sponsorship?
Of course, the Taco Bell sponsorships are always good. Always good. Yeah. It was a great arena, great crowd, great sponsorships. But Harmsway finally doing the Thug Thizzle and getting the one over on old Jacob. He tried to team with him and then he couldn't do it. But then when he got back on his own, that rat bastard won it. That's what talks.
5 stories came to an end, Sticks. What was your favorite part of Decent Mania 5 or notes that you have in your brain you want to talk about?
My thing is, Jake fought the law and the law won. You don't ever fucking think that the sheriff is gonna get back at you. I mean, seriously, when I found out the sheriff was the ref, Jake was done for. And that was just the beginning of the demise of that goddamn Stay Puft Marshmallow looking motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
This was just the beginning. And thank God the sheriff, who was running and crumbing, made things right. Now, my thing is, main event, we had a unification. How dare you not have the first ever Dynamite's champion and Lexi not be a part of that unification championship match? That woman. Now, this might heavily be influenced by personal bias, but you know what? Fuck that shit. That woman took that championship and made it relevant. And she's not even in this unification championship match.
But she's on the other shows. She's not on
She
Dynamite.
is on night 2 in a match. So
But still, champ,
she can't wrestle on
excuse
both
me?
shows.
Excuse-
Nobody wrestles on both
me?
shows.
Excuse me? Did not Nathaniel Rollins and Cody Rhodes wrestle twice in one night?
This is APPW.
This is APPW. She's wrestling for a title.
I don't care. What game is it on?
It's on APPW 2K24.
Well, what game?
It's on fucking LA Knights game.
You got that Wuhan
Yeah.
THQ championship. You got that Wuhan graphics. Fucking, you got those Chinese guys in Wuhan hitting up your game channel. I mean, forgive me, but I digress. The highlight was
Mike's away from sticks.
Yes.
the highlight was definitely Johnny Harm's way.
I can't cancel the sticks match because he's mad. I can't cancel it. It's on night 2.
No,
It's one of the
but
highlights. It's for the title. It's for the title. I can't cancel it.
I digress. The highlight was Johnny Harm's way putting the final nail in that goddamn oversized casket that is Jake's casket. I mean, Johnny Harm, we've seen the ascension, the build of Johnny Harm's way becoming not only a player and an APPW championship, but a main event player for Saturday nights. I mean, I was on Saturdays. I've seen this man ascend. I've seen this man. I mean, I've wrestled this man, and this man had been on the cusp of being a champion, and to see him finally get over that big speed bump that is Jake and becoming the champion, that is something great. And to see it not only on just a APPW PLE, but on the biggest PLE. I mean, outside of Bound and Gag, which was the most watched, which yours truly had a big hand in that. But I digress. But to be on the biggest APPW PLE was something that Johnny Harm's way deserves. I mean, he has put in the work. He's done all that stuff. And to see it come to fruition, I'm happy for Johnny Harm's way. And that was the biggest thing I took away from this. Outside of the great 5-star on a Tokyo Dome commentary that we had on APPW. I mean, first off, that's the thing that's always going to draw you into any APPW show. But to have that sprinkled on top of Decent Mania 5 Night 1, it's great about APPW.
Well, if you thought that was good, we still got night 2 coming, gentlemen. There's 5 more matches.
We'll have to wait a year from today to be able to see.
There's 5 more matches. We have career versus title for the chicken waffle title.
Yeah.
Is John Mayer defending against Jerome Hardison, who's putting his career on the line, ladies and gentlemen. He still has yet to get 1 win.
Mm-hmm.
And for the Finding Fuji Tag Team Championships, we have the Solution defending against
The Coalition.
And
the Solution or the Constitution.
The Constitution. Yeah.
The Constitution
Sangria
versus Hennessy Ronan and a deceased OJ Simpson. Stay tuned.
Technical difficulties.
We also have a triple threat for the King of Skeet Championship, defending champion Mangria versus CBG versus a certain tripod member, Mr. 399 himself. Oh, Stixy Drip, Sticks Adam.
Gonna be good.
Should be a fire match. Also, for the APPW KO Championship, we have WAP. Whitney, WAP.
Yeah.
Versus Urza Scarlet.
Classic.
And the main event for the first time ever, the Fuji Weight Championship is on the line, main eventing it all. Defending champion, Big Carpe, Julius Caesar takes on the Royal Crumble winning.
Oh, yeah.
Sheriff Zanka. This is night 2. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, because next Monday we might be reviewing night 2. I'm not making any promises because I like to take my time, but We shall see. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, the tripod, we shall ride again. But we're going to do what we do best here on this show. And we're going to give that big ups to Stallion Pete.